We are following some developing news this afternoon. Multiple arrests in a major international drug ring that operated right here in Southern California.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a former Olympic snowboarder being charged with international drug crimes. Now, this person apparently was operating in sunny, beautiful Southern California. Now, this is going to touch on quite a few things that are relevant to what's happening right now with the election, because wasn't a certain somebody a senator in California? Aren't they from California, Oakland, Bay Area, really Berkeley, but aren't they from California? And wasn't the person the attorney general in California? Didn't this person prosecute transnational criminal organizations? And isn't the person the vice president right now with a wide open border, where quite a few things could come across the border, like, I don't know, drugs, a lot of drugs that would go to this former Olympic snowboarder. Now, before I go any further, let's get to Kamala talking about drug cartels and whatnot back in September. Then we're going to get to the news story about the snowboarder out there selling a lot more than snow. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
And as Attorney General of a border state, I took on transnational criminal organizations like the Sinaloa cartel that traffic in drugs and threaten the safety of our communities.
Now, Kamala, if you really want to hang your hat on that as an accomplishment, maybe you should do things that would continue that. If you're really just this fantastic Attorney General, you're prosecuting the drug cartels, okay. How about not letting the drug cartels continue to operate with a wide open border? How about that? Wouldn't it be the first thing you do? Borders are. Wouldn't it be the first thing you do? Now, before I go any further and get any more triggered, let's get into the actual news clip. Of course, everything will be in the box, but without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We are following some developing news this afternoon. Multiple arrests in a major international drug ring that operated right here in Southern California. Assignment Manager Mark Liu live at the desk. And Mark, the accused ringleader is a former Olympian?
It's really incredible, Amy, the story that has come out of the Department of Justice. They say they've busted up a multinational drug crime ring that was responsible for importing literally tons of cocaine into the United States and Canada. And even more incredibly, they say the head of this violent crime syndicate is a former Olympic snowboarder from Canada that is still on the run this afternoon.
Whoa. I almost forgot about that part. Canada, a Canadian. Is he a citizen? Is he here legally? Did he cross the border illegally with the cocaine? Like, what's going on? What is happening?
Take a listen to what U.S. Attorney Martina Strada had to say at this Department of Justice news conference that ended a short time ago.
This organization was responsible for moving literally tons of cocaine into the United States and into Canada. This group was led by an individual named Ryan Wedding. Ryan Wedding previously was an Olympic athlete for Canada, but instead of using the privileges that come with being an Olympic athlete to do good for people, he did the opposite.
Now, I'm going to just say something right quick. Going to the Olympics does not mean you're going to be some kind of successful person financially. Okay, it doesn't really mean that. It just means you're good enough to go to the Olympics and represent your country in that particular sport, in that particular event. That's all that it means. All right, you might have some guys with Olympic gold medal that might need to sell that to have somewhere to live and have some food to eat. That's kind of how that goes. I'm not excusing the guy for selling cocaine, obviously. Go get a regular job like everybody else. I'm just saying him being an Olympian does not mean he has money automatically. You understand?
He chose to become a major drug trafficker, and he chose to become a killer.
And these are photos of suspected crime boss Ryan Wedding when he competed for Canada in the snowboard event in Salt Lake City in 2002. Now, he didn't medal in that event, and the FBI and the DOJ says that over the next 22 years, he embarked on a life of violence.
So let's look at some of these names. We got Ryan Wedding. That's the guy right there, top left-hand corner. That's the snowboarder. Andrew Clark, Anselmo Garcia, Anthony Lopez, Joel Gartinez, Naheem Jorge Bonilla. Do we see a pattern with these names? Well, we got some other ones. We got Ranjit. Okay, we got my man. You see the turban, I suppose. Gurpreet Singh, Hardeep. So we got some Southern, Central Americans. We got some Indians. We got some Russians. Rakim Ibrahimov. I can't even pronounce that. Some white American. We got a little bit. We got the whole country. We got whites, Indians, Hispanics, a little bit of everybody.
Violent crime. The DOJ and the FBI says that Wedding and his accomplice named Andrew
Operation Giant Slalom is crazy. I just saw that right there. That's funny. That's funny.
That Wedding and his accomplice named Andrew Clark ran a criminal organization that moved up to 60 tons of cocaine into the United States and Canada every year. The DOJ says that this group would make the cocaine in Colombia, ship it through Mexico and long-haul drugs until it arrived in L.A. Then it would go into stash houses here to be distributed and sold in Canada, the East Coast, and Florida. Now, this is some of the drugs that was seized by law enforcement in this operation. The DOJ also says this criminal group is responsible for multiple murders of people who got in their way. And they'd also use cryptocurrency to launder their drug profits, which was in the billions. The FBI says they've arrested 2 prominent members of this criminal organization locally here, one in Victorville and one in Lake Elsinore, and there were multiple other arrests across the nation. But crucially, the boss of this enterprise, Ryan Wedding, remains on the run this morning. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for his capture. The rest of those of this criminal group already in custody are facing sentences up to and including life in prison.
Now, you know what's funny is if the guy who's on a run right now, the snowboarder Ryan Wedding, if he fled across the border, you know, ain't nobody watching it, so you could just flee that way rather than trying to leave out of a United States airport because you got to have your passport. And he's a Canadian, so I don't even know how he's here, if he's a citizen or what's going on. But yeah, that's what's going on. You have a snowboarder turned a snow runner, 60 tons of that cocaine from Colombia all over the USA and Canada. Where's Kamala Harris when you need her? Where is Miss I prosecute transnational criminal organizations when you need her? Get the snowboarder off of the slalom, off of the slopes, out of the ski resort, and into the federal penitentiary making big rocks a little. But as I close, I want to say this. The border's a problem. Everybody knows that it is. I'm sure that these guys were aided by the border being wide open. It's easy to transport certain things. Now, of course, the feds are going to be watching you, whatever. But in the meantime, damage has been done. You got cocaine, crack, all kind of stuff. And then you got people getting deleted behind this. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. And not to mention the other cartels, the other organizations with their fentanyl and everything else, guns. It's a big problem. So that's why I say come November the 5th, just in a few days, go out there and vote Trump. So this kind of stuff can get reduced down to a minimum. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts on the former Olympic snowboarder selling cocaine all over the United States and Canada? And this guy's not even an American, a Canadian national. Are you here legally, sir? You know, contrary to popular belief, it ain't just the Mexicans that come across. The Mexicans and the Guatemala, they've been here already. They already here. It's not even about them. It's about the whole rest of the world, like guys from India, Canada selling drugs, guys from all over the world selling drugs, human beings, weapons, all of that across that wide open southern border. Can we please get the border closed up come November the 5th, 2024 in the general election? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.